It's game day, baby. It's Nine Kings on a Monday, baby. Frick. Nine Kings Day. Nine Kings on a Monday. Frick yeah, frick. Nine Kings on a Monday. Frick yeah. Anyways, it's Monday, baby. And we got some Nine Kings. We're gonna do quests today, because I've been putting that off. I said to myself, ooh, this game is so good. What if I gave myself the goal of doing a bunch of quests? Let's do some quests then. I have been doing a bunch of the different kings, trying to understand how they work, and I gotta be real with you, I have no goddamn clue. I understand King of Nothing, and that's it. I know nothing. Nada. Like, I was trying to do King of Progress on King difficulty, and oh boy, that is kicking my ass. I don't know what to build for it. Maybe I'll learn, but I'm not feeling very confident in my capability of actually doing it. But let's do some King of Stone. King of Stone on loan? Is this anything? So what have I been up to? Well, obviously we gotta expand our trebuchet army. Sure, we'll take some workers or something. I don't know. So I made a delicious dinner tonight. I'm always cooking, you know how it goes. Let me cook. As I hope other people say. Yeah, let Mitsend cook. Surely, surely people say that about me, right? Please? Please? Pretty please? What's up?
Are you having internet problems?
No.
I can stream because the ads bugged.
Refresh the page?
I did 3 times already and it started the ad over again. Oh.
Welcome to hell. I'm sorry, honey. Okay. Ads are hell. You heard it here first, folks. Everybody hates ads. I know I do. Yeah, we'll keep upgrading Stronghold too. But yeah, just ads are hell. Why does everybody want ads? I don't understand it. And by everybody, I mean nobody wants ads. I don't know anybody that's like, oh boy, ads. Shit stuck buffering? Oh boy. Is it really? It might be on Twitch's end. Also, hi goats. What? I'm talking as if you guys can hear me, but I'm gonna do it anyways. I'm gonna speak. I'm here to at least attempt to entertain, right? In the narrowest definition of entertainment. I would love if I could have a wall here. Anyways, what I mean to be saying is I have been cooking. Today I cooked a cabbage and onion based broth, or sort of broth. I don't know if I can really classify it as much of a broth. I ended up cooking that down for a hot minute and turning it into a like just melted down. It was nice and sweet because of the onion. You are a cabbage and onion based life form. That is true. I do be making cabbage and onion all the time. Cabbage and onion, they're just such good bases for a good soup, or a soup, I should say. Oh boy, my ad is about to start. I'm sorry, guys. I wish there was more I could do about it. I don't know what really to do about the ads. Because, like, I start the stream. I can start the stream early and run ads then. And then try and figure things out from there, right? Do I want any of this? I want the wall maker, but... okay. Full earthworks. We'll pop a quarry down. I think we can get rid of one of the trebuchets as long as we upgrade it. Can you go down, please? Catwoman to Batman. Can you just go down, please? But yes, I don't feel like I don't know what I'm saying. I've lost the plot. I've lost everything here. I don't think trappers are gonna be core. Are the ads stuff buffering? I gotta see what's going on. I gotta understand the... Okay, I had to go out to understand exactly what is going wrong here. And it looks like Twitch is being a nightmare. So I apologize, everybody. This is Twitch for you. My favorite platform that doesn't fucking work. Anyways, I'm gonna lose my shit. I'm gonna lose my fucking mind. I just want to go on this website, and I want to tell people about my day, and I want to talk to them about the shitty food that I make. Shitty fucking website. It makes it hell for everybody. Anyways, I made dinner. that I thought was pretty good. It's cabbage and an onion. I'm a cabbage and onion-based life form, as we've discussed. And, it's just... I overcooked the cabbage. I wanted to try and cook it down so that it would be something I could caramelize, but I did not end up. I did not end up making something that was as good as I had hoped. I ended up having it steam because there was too much cabbage and onion in there. So it ended up just gathering up the condensation and... Can I actually... You're just gonna keep showing me flamethrowers, huh? Okay, a cauldron is what I'm looking for. I can get double the cauldron, double the fun. I think this run may be a little borked. I gotta be real with you. I think it might be a little dunzo. But yeah, my cabbage and onion, I had too much. It was not what I needed it. Am I really gonna do this? Just I spent money on that. I have this tendency to overfill my pot. I need a bigger pot, really. We have a nice, large... There's the stoneworks that I was looking for. Okay. Earthworks me? I probably should have... I feel like this run is done, but I can't help but play it out. Anyways, I crowd my pots. I feel like I need a big old stock pot to try and caramelize my stuff. It just ends up not being what I envision in my mind. Very frequently. I really wanted it to... I wanted to get all of the liquid out of it. Yeah, there we go. That's the end of that one. Think it's working now? Yay! Yippee! What's going on? I'm flubbing, and I'm talking about how dinner turned out. Dinner could have been better. I feel like I could have done a better job of it. Boiled. It was very boiled. Boiled ass dinner. It just didn't end up as well as I'd hoped it would. The cabbage ended up boiling in its own broth. And that just didn't make for a great flavor. Well, not flavor. The flavor was fine, but the texture was off, you know? It's no one's favorite way of eating cabbage. No, nobody likes eating boiled cabbage. Which I completely understand after having done this. The boiled cabbage just... Nah. Big barricade, even though we don't have any balls right now. But yeah, just... I boiled the shit out of it. So the cabbage just kind of fell apart. The onion is great, though, because, like, it's still a little sweet in there. But otherwise, it didn't turn out as one would hope. do need a wall maker. And I'll take another flamethrower too, yeah. Okay, put the wall here. I would like to get a quarry so that we actually have any amount of scaling. But we will see how that goes. An amplifier could go hard in the corner, amplifying the trebuchet and the flamethrower, though. Anyways, the cabbage just boiled down into nothingness. Why did I not take the quarry there? Anyways, dinner turned out well, though. I tossed in tofu with it, so it kind of... like, there's at least a little bit of texture difference. And then the... I'm gonna say... cabbage onion concoction ended up being okay. I need to figure out how much onion I can fit into the bottom of my pot and have it actually caramelize. Because I really want to actually caramelize the stuff that I make. It adds a nice depth of flavor. Next time I'm going to roast my cabbage too. Ideally, none of these are good. Wow. Oh, I can actually add percentage HP to the balls. That's nice. I did not realize that. This is... weak spot is fine, I guess? Regress our stronghold. But yeah, just... It ended up okay. Throwing in the spinach at the end, throwing in the cabbage. I didn't take the quarry again. Like, I do end up throwing a lot of greens in there, but the greens didn't... they have to be of a certain quality for it to actually end up tasting good, you know? They have to be cooked in the proper way to end up tasting as one would hope, right? It requires a little bit more... I feel like I need to turn this game down a little bit. There we go. But yeah, I just feel like... I've not been feeling great about my cooking these last two meals. I got sick of the oatmeal very quickly. It just... I need to make more... Sure, give me the wild card. I need to make more variety in my meals, and I need to make less. Okay, we will make something else tomorrow so you can alternate. That's exactly what we're gonna do. We have a bunch of peppers. I think I'm gonna chop all those up and like 2 shallots, and I'm gonna really try and make it different this time. Let's take a shrine. Because I really want it to... I want to make something with a lot more depth and complexity to the flavor, but I don't think I've been getting there lately. I'm just a little off, and it's thrown me for a loop. Sure, I'll buy a cauldron. And we'll wildcard our shrine. Gotta roast more. I do. I just like making one pot recipes because the cleanup is that much easier. I know I could. Let's add more flat damage to the flamethrower. That seems really good. Yeah, I need to roast more. We have a bunch of peppers. Roasting the cabbage is probably going to be the thing that I really... oh, doubles all tower damage. That's pretty good. But yes, I need to roast the cabbage. The cabbage is really where you have to choose exactly what you want to do. Here, let's regress our flamethrower so we can progress it. But yeah, I want to make interesting varied meals. And I think with the tofu as our protein source for this meal changes it up enough, which is great. And I will do that. Both of these are guys that actually give things that I want. Level up the flamethrower again. $30 damage, 10 hits a second. That's pretty good. A quality flamethrower. Here, throw the rewind in there. I guess we'll just keep regressing our walls so that we can make them that much better. Actually, that makes a lot of sense. I understand now. Because I think our damage will get there eventually, but it's just the HP of our walls. We need to build a great wall. Perhaps the greatest wall? Greatest wall of them all? And it just keeps going up. Yes! Yes! I figured it out. Big flamethrower damage. Trying to boost the wall. We don't even have a quarry. A quarry would actually go crazy hard for us. Anyways, I think I want to watch more movies. It just gives me so much to think about. None of these are anything I really want. Echo form, I guess? Just more actual damage right now. But yeah, I want to go to the movies more. We saw a trailer for this movie yesterday called Send Help. It doesn't look particularly good, but I think it could be oh wow. Our DPS goes nuts. We saw the trailer for Send Help about a woman working under a shitty boss who then gets stranded on an island. Am I gonna do this? Eh, we'll just regress it. Just keep building up the walls. I think everybody can relate to working under a shitty boss and thinking, damn, if only the tables were turned. and then getting that opportunity, that'd be pretty nice. Why did I do that? I don't even have enough money. Oh, I should be popping my swords on the amplifier, too. Oops. It kind of looked like Misery, but on a deserted island. Yeah. I gotta be real. If that movie expects me to have any amount of sympathy for the CEO, like, sure. If I got trapped on an island with one of the weird coworkers that I've had, I'd be a little concerned. I'd be a little like, ooh, this is a bad spot to be in, huh? Oh, no way. I give all my love to unhitched murderous women. Come on, you know me. That's true. You do love your murderous women, which I completely understand. I guess we'll do this. But specifically, like, if it was one of my coworkers that I was like, you're a little off, but like, I could tolerate spending time with you. Like, sure, I have a couple of survival skills. I could probably survive for a little while before I die of malnutrition. Also, yes, we came back to this one and easy peasy. Next quest. Landfill. Start with destruction. Okay, that'll be interesting. Let's go with the siege. Can't draw troop cards. Cool. But if I worked for one of my shitty bosses, this is where I'm going with this. If I worked for one of my shitty bosses that I've worked for, and they're just treating me terribly, I'm gonna tell you, I'm not putting up with shit. I should have put the trebuchet here. Oh well. Like, a boss that says, you're not doing a good job. Like, just the trailer says to me everything I need to know about the guy. Right? Because, like, everybody's worked for a boss that they've just hated. I feel like that's a pretty universal experience at this point. Of just, yeah, I don't want to work under you because you suck. We'll just take more stronghold levels. You treat me poorly and you don't respect me as a human being. Of course I'm gonna be like, if I got in a deserted island situation and I'll take payroll, actually. Being able to re-roll consistently is quite good. Like, if we washed up on a deserted island, me and my terrible boss, wow, these are terrible. Me and my terrible boss wash up on a deserted island. I'm not gonna be like, I'm gonna kill you right away. I'm just gonna be like, okay, well, the power dynamic is different here, buddy. We are not going to end up, we're not gonna be trying to benefit shareholders here. We gotta actually try and stay alive. We gotta figure out what we're doing, why, and how. And it's gonna be a team-based thing. We're going to be on an equal level okay? I'm sure that you're used to having power over people, but that's not how that works. The shareholders don't determine what goes on this deserted island. The shareholders aren't the ones that decide whether we eat today, unlike in our hellscape capital system. It's you and me, and one of us has got to go fishing, and the other one, right now, we got to work on, for example, we got to work on, oh, the amplifier doesn't, oh, this thing sucks. One of us has to work on the house, and the other person has to work on getting us food for today. So you better buckle in, pal. Because right now, actually, let's mortgage this thing. Buckle in, pal. Because I got the fishing rod. You better make the house look good. I'll be back at supper time, and then we can put together some kind of fish coconut dish. Maybe then we can discuss power dynamic based on how good the house is looking. Turning into a 50s housewife situation of, well, I just got home all from working my fingers to the bone all day. But I tended the house all day. I don't know where I'm going with this. This is just me. I'm coming up with fanfic. At my 1950s email job. Hey, you know, I worked my fingers to the bone typing in the typewriter today. Honey, I expect a nice warm meal. I expect a warm meal. You know, I don't expect... We're so used to spices and, like... 3 martini lunch. Oh no, what a hardship. That's pretty funny. Boo fucking who. You had 3 martinis for lunch. You can take care of the kids for 10 minutes while I take a nap. I'm not against making shit up. I'm not against doing fanfic. But anyways, if I'm on a deserted island and I don't have food, or I should say, if I don't have spices, I'm gonna try and cook whatever I can. I'm gonna figure out what the hell I can make taste good from whatever we have. Whatever our dish ends up being. Catch of the day. Because let's be real. I love meat. That's probably going to be something that you're eating a lot. We're going to lose. Whoops. But meat without salt is not nearly as good. Like, trying to figure out how to make edible salt, I mean, you could do that with this if you're on a deserted island. It'd be a little tricky because you'd have a bunch of crap in your stuff. Okay, trebuchet, flamethrower. You can get the wall maker up next. Blacksmith, there we go. We'll get the blacksmith between the flamethrower and the trebuchet. What do I want to another flamethrower? I think I do. Is this the level up? Yes. Okay, we put this down. More flamethrowers, please. Garçon? Give me the flamethrower special, please. Make a dispenser, actually. If we can somehow end up putting, like, the dispenser here, that would be great. Is that 3 strongholds, then? I think it is. May have wanted to take expansion there, actually. Anyways, figuring out how to season your food, not knowing, like, let's say anything about anything, I think salt is your best bet. Trying to get it from the ocean. And then just trying to figure out what plants you can actually eat. And what makes anything taste good. Oh, I can actually get... No, I don't want this, actually. Goodbye. We'll plop a dispenser down here, too. See if we can get a cauldron in the corner, maybe? But yes. Figuring... In a world without commerce and trade, I would definitely be looking for whatever I can to make my food taste good. Because I am a foodie. At the end of the day, I love my food. I love being able to eat a variety of dishes. Like, I don't eat a whole lot of meat now. Even though that is one of my favorite dishes is sushi. But that's, you know, that's a deliberate choice. I think I would really want just well-seasoned... I'll eat well-seasoned beans. We can relearn. We have books. We have... Sorry, I'm just thinking, like, the 28 years later type beat of, like, society has collapsed. Or at least in this region, specifically. Like, there is no society that actually exists. Simply because there's nothing going on. Like, society can't exist here for reasons related to the rage virus. Because the rest of the world, that's one thing I love about 28 years later. The rest of the world is fine. They talk about that. They're like, oh yeah, this island just quarantined. Nobody allowed in or out because of the way that the quarantine is in place. Like, we have boats patrolling the entire island saying, nah. Put the cauldron here, and then we'll expand with earthworks there. But yeah, just if something like that happened, I can't say that it's not realistic. It's gonna get quarantined, and the people that are there, or are born there, you don't have any options. You're stuck, baby. You're going to be there till the end of time. Hope you're ready. Or at least until maybe a cure is put into place. I don't think... Did they talk about that in 20 weeks later? Did they have a cure lined up? Or was it just like, oh, we have a system set up? These are level 2? I don't need a forest, but that'll just sit in the hand so that we can play more stuff. I guess we'll just be building blacksmiths like this. They waited for them all to starve to death. That's true, they did do that. And then they set up the quarantine zone in 28 weeks later. I remember this now. I'm gonna need another ball maker, aren't I? Yeah, they waited for them to all starve to death. But that doesn't seem to be... They would have gotten away with it too if it weren't for heterosexuals and heterochromia. That's true. They would have. I would like an echo form, actually. Sure, put the echo form here. And rewind me. Throw extra damage on that. Yeah, 28 weeks later is not exactly a standout film. Like, the first 2/3 are really solid, and then it just kind of shits the bed at the end. It turns into like a blockbuster type deal, which I really did not understand why they thought that that was the direction to take that. It's not a... Okay, well, we're gonna lose here. Given what we've seen in the sequels, though, they didn't all starve to death anyway, which tracks. They all starved in the city, at least, right? Like, out in the wilds, they actually have things to eat, so they sustain themselves, which they show off in the film. The whole trying to reclaim the city was a monument to man's hubris. True. It was working out well until... until they decided to... Or, the dad, in 28 weeks later, decided to take advantage of his pass. Oh, my kids found my my wife that I love very much and I thought was dead. Ah, well, better go make out with her. Hard to say, we have extremely limited information to work off of. What would have really been an unsavory twist would be if they figured out how to cure it, but still left the UK alone anyway. I could definitely see that. I could definitely see that being a major plot point, actually. Oh yeah, we figured out how to cure it, like, forever ago. The distribution was just not plausible, so, you know. It wasn't economically viable to cure this virus, so we just have it on reserve in case anybody gets off the island with it. Now that would be a twist that I could totally see coming. But from what we know of the outside world in 28 weeks later, or 28 years later, it seems unlikely that here, we'll just crank that up. it seems unlikely to me that they do actually have a cure. I can't say that that's anything really other than just an inclination. Because let's be real, they have specifically not touched on the outside very much, other than like, yeah, iPhones still exist. The trends going on outside of the UK still definitely going on. The world just kind of progressed without them. Why am I getting Steam notifications? Steam, why do you push notifications like this to me? Explain. I'll wait. But anyways, just the idea of this happening, I mean, it had to happen to the UK, otherwise the whole world would be in the same situation, right? Like, that's how that goes. The world ends up, well, whatever continent it broke out of, I think would end up being the zone. Although it's way harder to patrol the outside of pretty much any other. Okay, sorry, just thinking. Obviously we invest in that. Sure, overinvest in the dispenser. Like, I can't imagine trying to make North America, like, patrol North America and South America. That just doesn't seem like a viable option to me. It does not seem like a viable option to me to try and patrol a continent like Europe and Asia. Australia, I guess, is the only other one that I could see. Well, like, Australia, New Zealand. New Zealand zombie flick could be interesting, actually. In a similar fashion. Let's take exploration. I kind of need more plots. Perhaps should have considered any of the spots by the blacksmith too, but, you know. You could echo-form the dispenser. Unsettlingly close to what happened during COVID. True. COVID was certainly a situation, huh? Island nations were able to lock down a lot easier than any other simply because land travel is going to happen. Can I play this on anything? Nope. Okay. Dead draw then. Land travel is going to happen, so may as well. Aside from all the morons insisting it wasn't a big deal, so they should open the country again. You know that'd be happening if there were still zombies. Yeah, COVID definitely showcased exactly what would happen in the face of a bigger, well, not bigger. COVID was a big epidemic, but the reason, like, the lockdown and everybody staying home as much as they did was plausible because of it being disease with a vector that was, like, contact related, but as a contact oriented species, we are so social. We're such social butterflies that, like, not socializing really destroys our mental. It's a shrine, please. Put that there. Maybe we should have tried to fish for a vault, too. Yeah, that's not gonna cut it. Yeah, people didn't necessarily need to leave the city during COVID because you could actually reach for things. You could acquire goods and services. Guess I'll buy an orchard. Me if I get rich. Guess I'll buy an orchard. I don't know what to do with my money. I'll just buy an orchard. Oh, we're gonna lose again. Wonderful. We somehow need more damage. I'm not sure how to achieve that right now. Start with Gacha Land. Sure, let's go with Gacha Land. Well, obviously we gotta clone. Can I even beat level 1 like this? No. Oh, maybe. Incredible. Barely. Okay, show me the gacha. Pick our loot. Golem? I think we do go for the golem. Hang on, we gotta offering that. Golem here. Swords. We clone. Clone. And then I guess we make more golems again? But yeah, just the whatever concepts they have going on for... I'll take a spire, sure. Everything that they have going on in the 28 time frame later series is it's pretty quality. I feel like we'll go with sharp blades. I feel like the 28 years later part of the franchise is extra strong as of late. At least compared to 28 weeks later. That one just not exactly my favorite. I think if I write a screenplay, I want to write a screenplay about zombies. Zombies are kind of my special interest, I would say. Gigantify? Yeah, let's gigantify our golems. Extra large golem. Oh, I think I did the order wrong for this. Now that I think about it. %30 stat boost? Jesus, these guys are beefy. Maybe not a ton of HP, but they do damage. They don't attack very fast. That's our issue right now. But yeah, I kind of have a... I have a little bit of a soft spot for zombie media. Go for nothing? Put static on the wizard? But yeah, zombie media just... I was born in that time frame. And I saw Shaun of the Dead at a younger age. And it's just stuck with me. Like, the Cornetto trilogy, I have talked about this earlier. I need to see World's End. I think I'm going to add that to my list of... Can I get Earthworks, please? No. Okay. For then. Like, Hot Fuzz is great, but Shaun of the Dead just has always been my, my hyperfixation. Part of my hyperfixation, at least. I just love zombies. I love the aftermath of, disaster of that scale. Like, how does society continue forward? I just find that none of these are good. Go with Tower Dome, I guess. Okay, Earthworks this. Broken Gotcha. Well, that can sit in our hand. A Unify? This is... roll me. We'll just Echo Form and try and hope for something there. I guess put a Trap Maker down and a Wall Maker too. Anyways, I just love the idea of what happens in the breakdown. Like, what do people do? How do people thrive? Like, there's always going to be people that do good things and do things for others, and then there's also going to be the people that say, "Ooh, I don't have any laws keeping me in place or a good person, so I'm gonna be terrible." Not that that stops a lot of the particularly heinous individuals, I find. There's just... The biggest element is, do you get caught for a lot of them? Like Jeffrey Dahmer, like the big name serial killers, you know? The people that do particularly heinous things that are very much illegal. We'll take osmosis. 20% stat boost. Pretty solid. What am I saying? I guess I'm really interested in people, and like zombies are just like a good excuse to pop into that world. Like, what's the initiating incident for a societal breakdown? And an infection that like continues to spread through death. That's probably gonna be a pretty strong contender for something that continues to make society impossible to build. Or like large scale. Because how many people die in the outbreak and get infected? Like, it becomes like a 10% of humanity even has a chance kind of deal, right? What does that 10% do with that opportunity? Where do they go from there? We'll just go with the Spire. Like, I guess my love and fascination of zombies comes from this place of my love and fascination of people and like that sort of deal. What makes people break? What makes people less capable of bettering themselves in society? I guess we'll take a steel coat too. Oh, that works doubly on these. That's great. Okay, well, migration, that doesn't work like that. Okay. Procreate, and then more HP. My large golems. I feel like we stand a chance this time. Or at least with Gotchaland. I feel like we're in a solid enough spot. I think we'll go with the Spire. King of Nature, we want the clones. So. Keep leveling up, Spire. This Spire will allow us to slay. How did all these guys just destroy my walls with the splash? It's a little annoying. There we go. That's the earthworks I'm looking for. Gotcha. Dispose of that. But yeah, I want to see more movies because I want to finish the Cornetto trilogy. I know that I had this big old list that Knife and I were going through of like not old time, but like zombie media. Like the classics in zombie media. And it fascinates me to see how cinema has evolved too. Cinema specifically, just like right now we're going through this action. Everybody's got to get their Marvel slop, right? Is that how that goes? Shrine? I think we do take the shrine. But yeah, like, it's this slow turn of industry and how it deals with what's the big thing, what's making money. But like, we've gone through 18 years. Wow, that's a lot to say, actually. We've gone through 18-ish years of everything being, not everything, but like the summer blockbuster being Marvel, superheroes. What's this big superhero thing? Like, they're going through the entire backlog of the comics, like comics generally. Let's do an offering on the golems. I don't think these guys are doing too much. Okay, regression here. Sacrifice on the trappers because they're not doing anything. Migrate these guys. That's just free stats. Combustion for you. Rewind. Then migration again. Throw as many stats onto these guys as possible. Wow, these ballistas do a lot to our walls and our units. Earth? Yeah, there we go. The earthworks. We can continue making gotchas. We'll gigantify these guys again. That's... holy shit. I think that's a 200%? A 400%-ish? These guys are gonna be doing work, to say the least. Let's put a combustion on this guy, too. These are some big golems, my god. 2,800 HP and almost 9,000 damage. And every attack, they do AoE damage, too. Yeah, I think they're doing pretty good. Pop up Procreate. And more swords. More damage. Anyways, what was I saying? It's Martin Luther King Jr. Day. I didn't think about that when I set up Nine of Kings, but we're doing a King Day, apparently. I recently saw that... oh, okay. That the Black Panthers are making a comeback, which I think is it's certainly interesting. That's a group that you kind of only see in the history books, right? There's just the United States government has done a great job of suppressing individuals. We've done it. another level on King of Stone, too. Restructuring. We move land, we fix world, we build empire. Start with the Messy Kingdom and Earthworks cards. Okay. Holy shit, this is a messy-ass kingdom. Okay, first... Well, the Cauldron has to move for sure. This moves. This moves. Trebuchet can, I think... These guys can stay in the corner. I don't want to Earthworks the walls because they're not in great spots. Okay, let's put a Cauldron here. We'll put a Cauldron here. And then we'll do Ballista, Trebuchet. Pop another Quarry here. Put our Wallmaker in the corner here. And then another Trebuchet here. I'm not very confident with this. I don't feel very good about where we're at with this right now. Like, the poison is poisoning, but... Oh, you're 18 apparently? Oh, that's... Okay. Combustion on the Ballista? Okay, well, our walls are gonna go down instantly. Right? What kind of stats do the trappers have? What the hell? They have a lot of damage. I want golems? I think I do. And flamethrower. Pop that there. I don't know if the golems are actually any good for us. I'll just level up this Cauldron again. And this Trebuchet. Okay, I've been bouncing around all over with topics today. I don't feel like I have a good cohesive through line. I don't feel like I've kept my shit together. Man, I think I've been bit by the zomboid bug again. Like, there aren't a ton of survival crafting games that really dig their... So let's do Overwork. See if that works for the Cauldron, I guess. Anyways, there's not a ton in the survival crafting space that I feel particularly compelled by. Like, Minecraft gives me the bug every now and then. I guess I'll take a converter. Minecraft gives me the bug every now and then. It makes me want to pop in, do some mining and or crafting, which I may do soon. I've been debating. I think King of Blood is bad for us. Earthworks U. Cobblemon? What is Cobblemon? I think that has missed me for the most part. I have not been... I've not been a big enough part of the Twitch ecosystem to pay attention to what's been going on with Cobblemon, which I probably should. It's funny because I haven't seen you play Minecraft 1. Looks like Pokemon in Minecraft. Oh. Okay, well. I mean, I'll play it. Sure. I would be fine with that. Is, Oh, I'm going to fall apart. I'm going to lose this one. Another flamethrower, maybe? We at least have damage coming in. Although our entire line is just falling apart, too. I mean, I'm interested in Pokemon. I'm interested in Minecraft. If I don't have to do... Like, if I can train my Pokemon in a way that is, slightly more engaging to me, maybe, maybe that's what I'm gonna aim for. Maybe that'll be the next stopping point. But yeah, I get hooked on Minecraft every, like, I'll say year and a half. And I think we're coming up on that year and a half here. Here, let's try that one more time. I don't think my restructuring was very good. Okay, we Earthworks this for sure. We Earthworks this. And then we clear out these corners. We have double cauldron set up so that we have one overlap on this square. The ballistas don't really need the cauldron either, so slap a wall maker. Here and here. And then we pile on quarries. That's the most useful for that. We go with our quarries. We set them in the corners. We get big damage for our trebuchets and our stronghold. But yeah, Minecraft is I've been playing off and on since like 2015. I watched a lot of people play it back when that was the new hotness. Oh, these all suck. Okay, take the quarries. Keep putting the damage on the trebuchet and stronghold. If we can get a flamethrower to put in the middle here. Back when dinosaurs roamed the earth. Yeah. Back before Minecraft. That was... You've heard of BC. But BM will be the new measurement for the future. Everybody will know BM before Minecraft. Can I please... Yeah, there we go. Flamethrower. 9 Martin Luther Kings. I didn't mean to play 9 Kings on Martin Luther King Day, but this is kind of where we've ended up. Also, how are you doing, Forrest? I hope that you've had a good day. Nine Martin Luther Kings. Getting over his sickness, about to go to bed. I'm sorry that you've been sick. That sucks. It always sucks getting sick. Will we... Hey, Forrest, you want to try and do a Minecraft server? That's what people want to play nowadays, right? Just a lot of Minecraft. I mean, Minecraft has always had viewership. It's kind of hard to get big off of Minecraft unless you're doing something spectacular. Kind of hate the act of playing Minecraft, but okay. No, if you hate it, don't even entertain the thought. I've been trying to figure out what the hell to play with other people, and I'm just blanking. I feel like I'm a solo game Andy, apparently. Maybe Zomboid. I think that might be the most likely out of the games that I've played recently. Let me add you on Steam and I'll look at the overlap. Okay. Here, let me get my friend code for you real quick. Add a friend. Friend code. There you go. That should work. But yeah, I feel like I'm trying. I'm trying to find new things. I'm trying to find things that are actually entertaining for people to watch. But I'm struggling. I need to actually leave my house. That's the big thing right now. Having an email job kind of gives me lots of excuses to stay home. And I'm tired of it. Please. I need experiences. I need banter fuel. I'm not made to sit here and talk about my favorite 10 seconds in Home Alone. Trade jobs with me. I think I'll stick with my job, actually. Never mind. The idea of actually doing a real job. I'll stick with the emails. What do I have? Hey, what's wrong with mine? Your job is fine. It's just that you actually have to do things. Me? You don't want to stand for 15 hours a day? That's because you work 2 jobs, okay? The 2-job meta looks good for our finances, at least right now. But I don't think I'm made to stand. Period. I think I'm made to sit and basket weave. 2-job meta. Yeah. That's what America is, right? It's a work meta. Yeah, I'm a work maxer. Isn't that the whole grind set fees? Just be grind on that non-stop grind. Do I want another flamethrower? I think I do. 15 damage a second? Yeah, that's good enough, right? Copium? I don't know, I don't believe in that. Well, unfortunately, not believing in it doesn't stop the fact that we live in that world. 2-job meta. Get ready. Get ready, kid. We're in the grind set. 2026, year of the grind set. I think we gotta go with corners. And then these two. Okay, we have a bunch of hands. Yuck. Yeah. The idea of working multiple jobs just because you're like, I gotta make the money, I gotta feed into the system, I gotta make it the money. Elon Musk, if you were on SNL again, I gotta make it the money. Is this anything? Is this thing on? What? Am I? Please just help me. You know I'm obsessed with it. Help me! Help me! Please! Please! Do people still eat at Chick-fil-A? Like, I keep talking about fast food, but that's because that's what everybody knows, right? People know food. You know they do. It's true. At least here. Oh. So, I was watching Yelnats earlier, and he mentioned... that might be doable. Ogre? Never mind. I disbelieve instantly. Anyways, he was talking about how suburbanites love... You've seen the lines, right? Oh my god, the lines for fast food places around here are fucking insane. The Salt Lake food meta is in shambles. We desperately need to fix it. We need people... we need good restaurants. We've cleared the elf Dami Mommy. Congrats, Daft! You've inversed the doming. Where am I going with this? Wow, all of these suck. Devolve seems good enough. Now we get to fight the Blowjob Brothers. Hell yeah! The Surfer Bros. I'm gonna start a band and I'm gonna name it the BJ Bros. Super BJ Bros. First album gonna be a straight rip of the Super Mario Bros. Game cover. Oh, my instrument? I play Dick. Yeah, I play the skin flute. You should see what the fingering is like. Carnage, I guess? Sorry, now I'm thinking about the Venom movie. That movie is kind of hot garbage. If you should watch the Sugar Riots fight. Okay. It's a nightmare. Oh, goody. was I? I meant to talk about food meta. So suburbanites love chain fast food. And just how god-awful it is. Message to list of shared games. Thanks, Forrest. I'll check that out. I appreciate you doing that legwork for me. I'll take a look after stream and see if there's anything that you're interested in. But yeah, suburbanites love chain fast food. I don't know what it is, but Salt Lake specifically, if it's a shitty chain, it's gonna have a line around the block. Like, I feel like I'm living in the 80s still. I moved to MD for a year, and then I came back here and I was like, oh yeah, everybody loves garbage fast food chains. The horrific pressure to conform. Definitely that. People desperately want to, when the employees are forced to be, they love when the employees are forced to be nice to them. That's definitely true. I think Cold Stone, was Cold Stone founded in Salt Lake? Where was Cold Stone founded? Arizona, Tempe, Arizona. Okay, well, it made its way to Salt Lake. And it just... I don't know if this is still the meta. Yes, I'm referring to it as the meta, apparently. But... that was a bad idea. I should not have put that there. Anyways, to get hired, you used to have to be able to sing for your tips, and I feel like that's a Salt Lake special for sure. Oh, I love going to Cold Stone to get my sweet ass cream and have people sing at me. Wow, all of these are just hot garbage. I don't even know. But yeah, just the idea of going to a place specifically because you have to, the people that work there have to do something, makes me a little bit ill. None of this is good. I'll take a wall maker and a flamethrower, please. I guess let's overhaul here. Pop the flamethrower. Pop the wall maker. As a professional hater of authority and order questioner, I could never. I feel that. I don't want to work somewhere that forces me to sing. I want to sing on my own. I want to sing my own reasons. I want to sing my own songs, not thank you for the tip. Barbershop quartet. Or even forces you to say my pleasure instead of you're welcome. Oh, yeah, that's the... I forgot that that's the meta. Fuck off. Yeah. I don't really want to be a part of that. Thank you very much. Like, Chick-fil-A, the food is good enough, but I can't imagine the tips being worth the mental damage. Or go put the imps down. Okay, well, they all died instantly. Perfect. Everyone is lucky I can restrain myself from swearing at work. You would be so powerful. You would be so powerful if you could swear at work. An unstoppable nightmare. We'll just double that damage. Like, Chick-fil-A, I don't eat there for numerous reasons. One of them being, every time I've eaten there, I've been like, wow, that was a mediocre chicken sandwich. And it was, how much? Like, the sauce is passable. And the nuggets are fine. You know that the nuggets are at least chicken and not just, you know, soy and bread conglomerate. Am I gonna put down another ballista? No, I will put down another flamethrower, though. Here, I guess? More flamethrowers. Torch them all. Yeah, that's the... I guess that's the big thing that I would give, Chick-fil-A over pretty much any other food service place is just like, oh yeah, at least I know that it's chicken. I can tell that it's chicken. The knife that curses. Not a cursed knife, just the knife that curses. I feel so lucky to be cursed by this knife. Here, give me a raising. Raptail cost double. None of these are any good. I'll take supplies, please. Supplies, motherfucker. Is that the... Never mind. Does anybody even care about Dexter anymore? Like, I don't feel like he's, or that franchise... Well, they did another reboot of it, didn't they? Hang on. They did do another reboot of it. Okay. Wasn't that, like, early 2000s? Or... I thought people stopped giving a shit about it. Then again, you can never just let a franchise end. It has to be rehashed to hell and back. There has to be 17 iterations. You have to find out about Blorbo's day out. I have to know exactly what my Blorbo had for dinner, otherwise I'm going to cry. And if my Blorbo didn't have dinner, well, I'm gonna cry anyways. You have to milk it for all possible value till no fun is left. True. Am I too much of a hater? Is this unentertaining? Is this entertaining to anybody, actually? Nobody wants to hear... I need to think of things that are beautiful and true. I think that's what I'm relearning today. It's just so easy to hate on things. There's so much to hate. There's so much just absolutely terrible media that you can say, wow, Say something nice then. I do love the mountains out here. Oh man, I put my... It's further away than I meant. That is one thing I will say about living in Salt Lake. The valley, it's very pretty. Being surrounded by mountains, I don't think I could, I gotta have at least something around me. Out in MD, it was still very pretty because we were in a hilly area. The mountains were still there, but there's nothing quite like the Rockies. They loom in, and their presence is known. And I love being surrounded on all sides by mountains, actually. Being able to be like, oh yeah, this is the direction that I want. This is the direction that I think of. I guess stronghold damage. But yeah, I think I want to get into hiking over this summer. Or at least look into doing that a bit. It's just the gear is expensive. And if I buy hiking gear, I'm gonna want to buy something that actually... Pardon me. We have that book. That's true, we do have that book. That would make things, that would certainly make things easier for us. In a couple of different ways. Find some nice trails that are beginner friendly. Hiking is certainly cardio intensive. Not something that you can just kind of go into without thinking about it. Okay, we'll take the beacon. Nomads? The flat damage for the flamethrower would be huge. But yes, I want to get fit. I can see myself building a little bit of a pooch again, and I want to try and slim that down more. Do I have anything that I can put this on? No. Okay, well. But yeah, I'm building up a little bit of a pooch again, and I think it's time to hit the gym. I bought, well, not bought. I have subscribed to a membership at a local rec center, and I will definitely be going back again soon. I just feel like I've been a little bit behind the 8 ball in regards to finding the time, or making the time specifically. I do want earthworks. I need a little bit more here. Double beacon. And let's get better walls too, just to make sure. But yes, I want to start doing the 5x5 method. I've talked about it a little bit previously. It's just an easier... Is this level 3? Yes, okay. Give me a vault then? None of these are good. Double tower dome. Oh, speaking of fast food, In-N-Out is still the GOAT. I was out east, and I think that's the burger place or chain restaurant that I missed the most. Their food quality is just consistent enough that it's hard for me to deny how good it is. I enjoy it too much. An animal style, a little bit of the mustard on it. It's a good burger. And I love a good burger. The part that's hardest for me to deal with is, or the part that's hardest for me to deal with, not eating out as much, is just how much. There is good fast food. There is good fast food, and there are good alternatives. However, there aren't a ton of them. There aren't a ton of good options. In-N-Out, though, that's peak stuff. Don't forget double grilled onion. Yeah. Get the grilled onion disc and then the chopped grilled onion. Oh. It goes hard. Echo form my flame tower? I think we just upgrade the beacon again. Anyways, In-N-Out just... their food. Their fries aren't very good. I'll give people that. The fries are... debatable. But you throw enough sauce and cheese on them, they're pretty good. I don't think they're anybody's favorite, favorite fast food fry. None of these are my favorite. Guess the mycelium? Sure, throw down the mushroom. Throw me the mushroom. Echo form this one, because it actually has damage. And it's level 2. Okay, disregard. We are losing again. I'm losing it too. I've lost it. I've lost my capability in actually winning. Not that I was good at that in the first place. That was a... okay. Quarry, Trebuchet, Flamethrower. And the Blacksmith, of course. What happened to my music? I'm not hearing any more of that. Okay, well. Freak me, I guess. Anyways. Yeah, I want to hit the gym. I need to do cardio specifically if we're going to do hiking. I think that cardio... like, I work in cardiology. I work in cardiology research specifically. And I just feel like... my cat trying to get out? No? Okay. In here, I guess? And the number one tip I have for anybody is don't get into smoking, and number 2 is actually exercise any amount. The amount of I want a scout tower? I think we'll just take the blacksmith. Anyways, actually exercise. The amount of people that I've seen that are just like, yeah, I live a very sedentary lifestyle, so I just don't do the exercise like I mean to. It does add up. It does make a difference. People people forget we are physical beings. As much as we all want to plug into the internet and pretend that I'm Golthor, the level 70 Blood Elf Paladin or whatever. You gotta live outside of the screen too. Hard for me to say that on the internet though. Definitely. I'll take nomads. Definitely rich of me to say that behind the screen. All right, well my music is just gone. Great. Good stuff. But yeah, hiking is exciting. I'm excited to be doing it. I want to throw some swords on our flamethrower, get more damage on it. Almost 20 damage a second. Or yeah, that'll be big. They can overinvest too. On the flamethrower. Get big boosts. But yeah, I'm excited to crack into that book. Knife got gifted a local hiking spot book for Secret Santa. And so we can use that and figure out what spots we can go to for the easy peasy hiking. I kind of want to figure out. Oh, there's the dispenser. A little late, but better late than never. Better Nate than Lever. Is this anything? No, don't don't even humor me. Sure. Although shields on the wall maker will make a difference. I need to build my walls high. Ooh, I need to do a replay through of Bastion actually. That that sentence reminded me. Hmm, probably off the blacksmith. Earthworks. Build our walls up again. But yeah, the soundtrack for Bastion is so good. I talk about Supergiant every time we play Hades, but I'm gonna talk about it now too because it's that good. Um, I just love each of their games has a very distinct mix. Like you're playing this game because the music is like this. Mm, okay, I don't think that's it. Yeah, I'll take a shrine. we need the level ups. I don't think I'm getting them as much as I need to. Might as well. Man, that flamethrower is doing work. Sheesh. Build my walls higher, please. But yeah, like the Bastion soundtrack is so westerny. It's so... It's got a certain je ne sais quoi. Any money, so... We'll just keep on keeping on. But yes, Transistor is more cyberpunky. There's so many games I want to play, and there's just not enough time. There's just never enough time in the day. I gotta pay my bills too. Let me just appreciate art. I just want to appreciate art. What's so wrong with that? Or the shrine in the very corner here. Do I have a full stronghold? No. Can I level up my beacon again? No. Okay, let's get the dispenser leveled up then. This thing is not holding its own, comparatively. But yeah, oh boy. They almost broke through. King of nothing. Let's keep building the walls up higher. I want to replay some of the Shadowrun games. I don't know if those would be I don't know if those would be great stream content simply because I'd need to be doing reading. But I do love... That's a lot of damage per second, actually. We'll just pop another trebuchet down, I guess. But yeah, the Shadowrun games, there's 3 of them. And I'm a huge fan of the Shadowrun series. Like, I love the world. I love the world and the world building. Just cyberpunk dystopia, but magic. I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of the cyberpunk dystopia, but I love magic with real life elements thrown in there. We have huge ass walls, and they are probably still not going to be enough to help us stay together. Take a raising, actually. Doubles damage of towers? Yes, please. Our flamethrower does so much damage. Okay. We might be there. We might have the run. This might be to earn. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for a lot of things this year. This is gonna be my year. I feel it. I'm a driver. I'm a winner. Things are gonna change. I'm gonna feel it. I can feel it. I think about that Beck song a lot, actually. Things are definitely changing, and they are going to change. Did that not actually give me that spot? No, it did. Okay. Build those walls up. None of the overinvest is not actually doing us any favors right now. Here, just give me another vault. We can maybe earn enough money to be able to overinvest in our dispenser, I guess. Another wall maker too. Just keep building the walls. I think we have the damage. We just need the walls that are big enough to keep invaders out. Keep building up. Sure, give me another vault. I don't know if this is... If we overinvest in you. Okay, Mr. Godzilla. What a funny champion. Okay, never mind, we're good. Almost 90,000 damage on our flamethrower. Oh, cool. I don't think I collected myself enough before stream today. I think I needed to... Trebuchet Valley, okay. I needed to actually collect myself and think on what I wanted to do. Instead, I played Nine Kings for a couple of hours before even trying to stream. We take the earthworks early. Getting extra expansions, good. Yeah, that's my big regret for today. I needed to actually... Shields, I think? Pop the cauldron here. Get another flamethrower set up early enough. Anyways, I feel like I need to actually dedicate more time to meditation and collecting my thoughts, because I feel a little... I wanted to say strung out. That's not the word I mean. I feel a little frazzled. We're at what, 32 days now of streaming every day? And this is the first day that, or I'm going to say one of the first days that I actually feel... I will buy a beacon too. This is one of the first days that I feel like I just don't have banter. I'm desperately grasping at straws here. And I apologize for giving a peek behind the curtain. I am still a human, and I'm... You know, I try not to put on too much of a mask while streaming. Like, you gotta put on at least a little bit of one, otherwise... Otherwise, let everybody in. You gotta mask up, just like COVID. What's up? Thank you. See, this is why I love my partner. They're peeking in, giving me the thumbs up. You're doing a good job. A bald. Hang on, I gotta be looking the right way. I just don't like any of the units for this character. So I end up rocking the wall. Anyways, I love my partner. I love my spouse. I love my daddy. Ooh, Silent Hill would also be a good game to stream. I need to actually write down a list. I feel like I'd say every day, what am I gonna? I say to my spouse every single day, what am I gonna stream today? I will actually supplies this turn. And then we'll just Earthworks this Trebuchet. Pop another Quarry. We do have a Ballista. We do. Okay, which of these Trebuchets gets upgraded? I think it's the one that already has an attack buff. But yeah, I think that the Silent Hills would be great stream content because I think I watched somebody play some of the Silent Hill, like 1 and 3. I've played through 2, but I don't remember a ton of it. I guess that this is the problem with being a game oriented stream, or at least trying to be more game oriented, is sure, we'll pop down some trappers. It just feels like a lot of the meta is just like be a character for people to interact with online, which I mean it is. That is part of the appeal of being a streamer and like streaming. Like you are a character for people to look to and poke, get a stick and be like, do something funny for me. This one might actually be a great. Never mind. Echo form? We'll pocket an echo form just in case we can get another spot here. But yeah, anyways, it feels like the meta is doing live content. Not live. That's exactly what this is. Of course, that's the meta. The meta feels more like doing just chatting and hanging out and just like being dedicated to reading what people are talking about. Which I mean, I'm not entirely against, but I want to do more than just that. I want to play video games. Like this is my game time, you know? I sit down and I play video game. I don't think that's a very good flamethrower. Here, we'll just clone this beacon again, too. Like, I have games I want to play, and I could play through them, but I think I will do that with games that are less stream-friendly content. I need to do Expedition again. Expedition will be coming back. It's just... It's slow, and it's a JRPG, and I'm not a big JRPG head. Nothing against JRPGs. They just... There's a lot of downtime. There's a lot of... Okay, well, I'm gonna... Venom, sure. Venom... I don't actually know any of the lyrics to that song either. Venom. Classic Eminem. You don't know any of the words except for the chorus. It's me, Venom. Anyways, this is my game time. Expedition, good. I'm gonna die. Well, that's how that goes. Just keep throwing myself at this. Venom. Oh no, I've given myself a new stim. Forrest and some of his buddies have given me 2 new terrible stims in the form of yeah and Miluk, because of that what's her name? He's always talking about the sandwich dimension. Anyways, I keep thinking of that damn like side to side hip sway that she does. It's just hypnotizing. It's so hard to look away. I know better too. I'm sitting there like, okay, you gotta be better than the attention economy. It's time to wake up, please. Get it twisted. You can fall victim to hypnotism. Get it twisted. Get it twisted. You can fall victim to what's the tape that will blow out your dopamine receptors? Is that what that tweet was? I can't remember. Anyways, the whole steez here is I keep getting pulled into silly little Are any of these better than one another? I guess we'll just throw it on here. Anyways, I've lost my mind. Get it twisted. I am gone. I've become that which I did not expect. AKA Instagram Gooner? Huh? Is that something people actually do? Like, goon to Instagram reels? I mean, they've gotta. Thirst traps exist, right? Okay, well, I completely flubbed this one. What happened to my music? I feel like my music died and it's making me extra self-conscious. Do I need to restart my game? All I can think about now is the goddamn Venom movie. What have I done to myself? Okay, my sound effects actually are back on too. But I saw the Venom movie in theaters and I was expecting a way better movie. I walked out of that and I was like, what the hell did I watch? That didn't like I love Tom Hardy. That guy is like his performance was the only thing that kept me in the theater. Let's be real. Mm, yeah, we'll just go with that. Tom Hardy is a great actor, even if The Dark Knight uh is not a good movie. If even if Venom is not a good movie. Even if, hang on. What other Tom Hardy movies have I not seen? Have I not seen? Have I seen that I thought were just awful? I think that's all that I can think of off the top of my head. Tom Hardy, he just has a good on-screen charisma. He looks like he enjoys the stuff that he does, and that's appealing to me. He seems like he's having a good time in just about every project. Also, Mad Max. Like, Mad Max is. I love Mad Max. I went into the Venom movie hoping that it would be. Like, He does the typical, like, glare, not talk thing. That, He acts like. How would I describe this? The way that he acts in that movie is what I would describe every video game protagonist from, I would say, like the Xbox era to late Xbox 360 era. Like, he acts like every protagonist of the games from that era act. Like, they don't talk really. They just show that they're gruff and they're mean, and the world has brought them low, and that whole shebang. But I feel like even then I'm like, yeah, Tom Hardy, he chews it up. I feel like that movie is a lot more about Charlize Theron and Furiosa, which I am fine with. I saw the Furiosa movie actually, and I gotta say, I watched it on a plane. I Why are all of the movies that I talk about on stream movies that I watched on a fucking plane? Anyways, I saw it on a plane because you know, wait, was this actually? This was right after my flying back. Yeah, it was in December. I'll talk about the drive back from that afterwards. Actually, that was a wild experience too. But I saw that movie on a plane, and I was like, actually, this. I was expecting it to be a lot worse than it was. It's like every time you see Kojima tweet a movie review, it's like, "Oh, I loved Furiosa. This movie was fantastic." Saw Madam Web. I also watched Madam Web on a plane, and that movie is hot trash. Just not even worth watching to laugh at. Venom was better by a long shot, and I didn't like Venom very much at all. Anyways, the movie where I saw Furiosa, the movie, the plane trip that I saw Furiosa, we were flying back into a hurricane, not a hurricane, a snowstorm, and just like as we were landing, we were messaging the people that were gonna give us a ride, and it was a crazy snowstorm. It was a lot crazier than I expected. Uh, like we knew it was gonna be a little bit of a wild trip, but we flew back and we were like, oh no, are we gonna have to like land at a different airport? The people that were gonna give us a ride are gonna fully expect us to be at this airport. We told them like pick us up at this time. Fortunately, that didn't end up needing to happen. But on the way home, like the we went out. We ended up getting picked up at like 6 a.m. So the snowplows hadn't been out, and we we went on the interstate. It was like, I want to say like 40-ish minutes that we were driving. When normally it takes about 40 minutes, but it took us like an hour and a half, and it was the most harrowing experience of just like, I don't know if we're gonna get I don't feel good about our chances of getting home like before noon. And I was gripping my I was gripping the handhold the entire time. Cuz like the guy that was driving us is uh not exactly known for his safe driving skill. So we're going about an hour and 20 minutes into our trek home, because it did feel like a trek. Like it was just like, oh, thank God we actually got home safe. But an hour and 20 minutes into our trip, and we are going around a corner. We go into the turn, and we just woo full 360. I I I was certainly not expecting to have a trip home in conditions such as those. I wish that I wish that I'd been recording it, just how bad the conditions were to be able to save for posterity, but like it was wild. It was a wild experience, just because I don't think I've ever driven in a snowstorm like that before. Every other time I've been in an experience like that previously, or been in a snowstorm like that, because I'm in Salt Lake. We've gotten snowstorms. We've gotten some pretty big snowstorms. I've had to walk home in big ass snowstorms. Can I get Earthworks? Thank you. We'll just slap those on. But yeah, anyways, like I've been in bad conditions. I've walked home in snowstorms and sneakers because I didn't think that it was gonna be that kind of day. But I don't think I've ever driven or been driven in icy conditions such as those. Normally, I can put off whatever I'm doing enough that it's not a concern, but that day, that day was that was wild. That was the day I saw Furiosa. That's how I remember that day. The day I saw Furiosa. Not anything else. Just yeah, saw Furiosa. Mm, I don't really want any of these. I guess I'll take some slimes. Sure, proliferate. But yeah, I've seen so many movies on planes. I don't even fly that much. I feel like I don't fly much at all. And yet, all of the movies that I talk about are from flying, which says a lot about how often I'm going and seeing movies. Ooh, doubling tower damage? We're at pretty good stuff actually. Let's keep putting our 10% on our walls. They will sustain us. Do I need anything else here? Guess I'll take a quarry upgrade. Well, never mind. But yeah, I just think about Kojima's specific brand of insanity that he loves in movies. Like, he loved Paddington, which I think I get. I think I understand really liking Paddington. I think. I'd need to see it, but it seems like a fun for all ages type flick. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Kojima's an auteur. He recognizes art like Paddington, and definitely not Madam Web. That movie sucks. I just don't think Dakota Johnson can act, actually. Every performance that I get from her, or that I've seen from her, I feel like I walk away disappointed. It's like, oh yeah, you know, the idea of whatever you're doing is interesting. Oh, we're gonna lose. Yep. Yep, that's it. That's the one. Anyways, um, Madam Web just hot garbage. Is my game breaking? You know what, let's just do Total War. Starts us back here. Gives us supplies out the gate. Yeah, this will work. Okay, first we go with Ori. We get the flamethrower. Pop those down. And we get a cauldron in the center. Trebuchet. I think we pop the ballista here. But yes, Madam Web, just bad movie. Not a. I don't think I really remember. I need to go scene by scene in my head here. So the movie opens with Madam Web's mom being in the Amazon. Spoilers for Madam Web, by the way. She's in the Amazon, pregnant, which, let's be real, what the hell are you doing? If you're pregnant, you should not be in the Amazon. Oh boy, I'm getting more Steam notifications. And it's to cure her. What even is it? It's to make sure that the baby is born properly. Right? Madam Web sucks. This is the point that I'm making here. So it opens with her getting betrayed by whoever the fuck, Mr. Spider guy, after he steals the spider, and then all of that movie is so convoluted. I'm running it back in my head, and it's so convoluted. Like, what purpose does any scene serve in that movie? I think Morbius might actually be a better. Where is my music? It's okay, well. Morbius is a better movie than Madam Web, and that's saying something. That movie Like, Morbius is at least entertaining in, like, a couple of the scenes. Because, uh, Matt Smith, is that his name? Matt Smith. Yeah. Because Matt Smith is in it, and he's chewing it up. Like, he's having a grand time. But every scene with Jared Leto, I'm like, why the fuck are you still acting? How the hell is Hollywood still letting you do anything? None of what you do is entertaining. Oh, I'm gonna lose it again. You know what? Let's try some King of Progress for a minute. Oh, here we go. We actually get some music. What do I even do here? This feels like it sucks. Can I get a rewind? Nope, never mind. This also sucks. Retry. Sorry, I know I was talking about Madame Web, and I know how much everybody loves Morbius. Just great movies. Everybody loves Jared Leto. I genuinely hope that Tron Ares did poorly enough that Hollywood looks at it and goes, do we really even want to let Jared, like, even produce his own stuff? Because, like, Disney was behind that. And I'm at the point where I'm a Disney hater, let's be real. Okay. Our executioners are slightly better. But yeah, just everything that Jared Leto does is he's got. I don't like his acting prowess, and I don't like him as a person, and I think that. Sure, let's do precision. Let's go crazy with the precision. Let's just pop like 2 or 3 of these on you, and then rewind. Sure. Yeah, go crazy. Get stupid with it. Sorry, I'm... I've lost track of everything. I've lost track of my life. Swords on both of you? Okay. We have potential to grow, at the very least. We'll overinvest in you. Overhaul. Okay. Yeah, Jared Leto just sucks. He's not funny. He's not interesting. None of what he does is good. None of the movies that he makes are interesting either. Like, who the fuck actually thought Morbius was gonna be good? The fact that Sony got tricked into doing a movie release for it again is just so funny. It's just chef's kiss for the shit show that movie is. Like, Morbius is not... I don't think Morbius is, like, anybody's favorite superhero, I guess. Anti-hero, maybe, would be an appropriate term for it. I don't think people go to the theaters or look at comics and go, yes, my favorite guy, Morbius. I know I'm much more interested in like a Blade type figure. I guess we'll go time. I'm much more interested in Blade, because that guy, I mean, Wesley Snipes kills it in the Blade movies, let's be real. Those are so bad they're good kind of action. Why can't we get movies like that again? Why can't we get movies that are just absolutely terrible but enjoyable to watch? Some motherfuckers are always trying to ice skate uphill. Yeah, that's a great line. Do it again. Make 2 more of the movies. I need to actually see the other Blade movies so that I can say whether or not they're any good in any capacity. I need to see the other Matrix movies. I need to watch so much media. I'm a big media enjoyer, but I don't dedicate enough time to actually consuming it. I end up watching Twitch streams. Which, let's be real, I'm not an auteur on this kind of stuff. I wish that I was, but I'm just throwing spaghetti at the wall and hopefully people enjoy watching. That's kind of what I aim for. People having a good time watching me fail at playing video games and trying to talk about movies that I've not seen. Everybody loves that, right? Hyper-aggression, actually. But yeah, I'm out of stuff to talk about, too. I've been out for 2 hours. But I'm having fun. I'm flailing trying to get any of these builds going at all. But hey, it's Nine Kings is a great game. I wish that I'd gotten it on release and played more of it then. Man, I have a lot of cash, actually. Let's pop another defender down, I guess. Try to regress as much of my stuff as possible, maybe. Sorry, I've been talking for 2.5 hours. It's a little difficult to keep up talking without staying hydrated, too. I have a list of movies that I need to see. I have a bunch of TV shows that I keep meaning to watch too, but you know how it goes. I need to make more time for a lot of things. But there's only so much time that you have. Isn't that a Jim thing? Time in a bottle? In Jim Croce? Time in a bottle. Yeah, Jim Croce. That's the one. I love Jim Croce. It's a tragedy what happened to him. Just finishing his last concert and then dying in, I think it was the plane crash? Dying in a plane crash on the way back. Now that's tragedy. Very tragic, beautiful kind of moment, you know? You never know how much time you have until you're out of it. Just give me magic, actually. Procreate. Do we have... Yeah, we can make something work here. I think our defenders are necessary. And when we pop another precision on these guys for sure. But yeah, Jim Croce just... Time in a Bottle is one of those songs that I'll sit back and listen to a couple of times because I feel like it's really impactful. At least it's impactful for me. May not be for some other people, but to each their own. I'm certainly a fan of art that has purpose. I wish that I wish to make art that has purpose. I think once the 180-day stream challenge is over, I'm gonna cut down to like 4 days. Why did I take that? I think I'm gonna cut down to like 4 days max, so that I have more time to specifically dedicate to doing other art, doing other artistic activities. Oh, I think this may be where the run ends, actually. Just throw more defenders down. But yeah, I want to learn how to play bass. I want to learn how to try and write a screenplay at some point. I think the 180-day stream challenge is going to be me spending half a year specifically going, what can I do? And all of these suck. I think it's going to be 180 days of like really delving into being a streamer, living that streamer life. Baby boom? Okay, we can make something work there. Truly dedicate myself to something for like half a year and then cut down a little bit. Because, like, I do want to do content creation at some point. At least, like, to some extent. I find content creation as a whole extremely compelling. Like, every time I go away from it, I end up thinking to myself, man, wouldn't it be great if I went back into this again? Rewind me? And then we'll overhaul. And then we'll regress, and then we'll overhaul. More overhauls too? Yeah. There's just something compelling about making stuff and having people, like, right there to be able to give you feedback. And I know that what I do is not not something that gets a ton of attention generally, but I still appreciate people being in chat or just like watching the stream. I know I appreciate every single individual that ends up coming in and spending any amount of time, because Dragon's Den would have been good to start with this one. I know that I wouldn't be doing this without the knowing that I can improve other people's day, or that I can improve, like, even just 10 minutes of people's time. Being able to sit down and play video games and yap to myself and have people silently be like, oh yeah, this guy's an idiot, but it's better than being it's better than being alone with my thoughts. We will take the sacrifice on this. I don't know. I'm a people person. I'm a person enjoyer. I want to make other people's lives better. I want to try and throw myself into entertainment. Whether that actually ends up being something that people can really enjoy, that's why you gotta practice. Like, I saw Johnny Health from the band Health, if anybody is unaware. Like, he essentially does PR for their band, and he's a member. He's a member of the band. And he just cracks me up because he's just so authentic. And that he's so authentic and also just like a shit poster. He is very authentically a shit poster. And I love that about him. I want to see more people who do stuff like that be able to talk about movies that they love, because I tuned in, I think it was Friday or something, and he was just taking people's calls. Like, he was just sitting down, taking people's calls to... Sure, extra damage. And just sitting down and chatting with the people that, like, tune into his streams. Like, I think he had, like, 50 people on Twitch, and, like, probably a similar number on YouTube. But there's something so charming about seeing somebody that gives that down-to-earth sort of aesthetic, you know? Aesthetic? I don't think that's the appropriate term here, but that vibe, that feeling like, yeah, this guy is who he says he is. throw a defender here, and then we'll throw another execution. Try to get another sacrifice, I guess? I don't know. But yeah, just like, the guy comes off as authentic, and I want to be able to do something similar. I feel like I'm pretty authentic on here. I feel like I'm pretty open about who I am. I mentioned earlier, like, you gotta put on that performer mask. But I feel like the performance mask that I put on is just more of myself, just a little bit more extra, a little bit of that same pizzazz, you know? If that makes any goddamn sense at all. Because, like, I'm certainly a more quiet, introverted individual, typically. I let other people talk to decide how the conversation goes, steers the conversation. And, I love that. I feel like I'm somebody that thrives in the one-on-one conversation department, because I genuinely am interested in what other people have to say. Yeah, that's it for this shop. Okay. Anyways, it's just, I see so many people that end up very alone, and having been somebody that's been alone myself, just like contending with life in general, it makes me want to be the change that I want to see in the world, you know? It's not that difficult to give somebody a smile. It's not that difficult to sit down and... Wow, these are garbage. It's not that difficult to sit down and make somebody's life better. In just small, meaningful ways. And I don't think, like, there's enough pain in the world. We don't need to spread more of that. Is this something that I'm saying as a huge critic and a huge arts appreciator, but also art hater? A little bit. Like, there's always good art, don't get me wrong. There has been good art for a long time now. Pretty much since day zero, humans have always been making art. And I love it. Can we get a defender for that, maybe? I'm a hater in my own way. I'm a lover. I love what goes on in this wacky world and what people are doing. I love the people I surround myself with. I love spending time with other people. And I'm just vibing. At the end of the day, if people don't watch, that's fine. Who cares? I'm doing this to prove it to myself and, like, try and maintain more coherence. Try and maintain a stream of consciousness and like figure out what makes me tick. Which I think everybody should try and do. It's important to understand what goes on in your brain, to understand who you are. For scraps, earthwork, a broken thing, a broken encabulator. Just throw that in the trash, and then, wow, none of these make me go, wow. I put that in the wrong spot. Oops. I guess I'll give more HP to my demons? What am I doing? Anyways, I just want to play video games and talk over it, and if people watch, then great. That's where I'm going at the end of this. All of what I want here is to play video games and talk over it and have other people say, wow. Wow. What's the WAOW? Wow. Maybe a little less maybe a little bit less Owen Wilson in there, but I think please get a defender or something. Just that one anime picture of the person being with the wow, WAOW, looking all sad. I don't know, what is even the context of that? Wow, WAOW meme. Wow, based. Oh, the based. Wow. LD? Oh, that's Dota 2. Never mind. Anyways, I love memes. I exist in a meme-fueled timeline. Do I have everything fully leveled up here? Not quite, but that's fine. I need to get damage on my executioner too. Man, I wish I was any good at this game. I feel like every time... So, I've been playing in my off hours a little bit, trying to get through every king on king difficulty. And I just feel like I'm incapable of doing it. I feel like I'm built different. Wrong. I feel like none of the ideas that I can seem to that I try on my own. I've had to search up on Reddit every single time, like, what build strategy do I need to do to actually progress with like 4 of the 5 kings? Which does not make me feel very good. Baby boom? Okay. We can try and get defenders there too. But yeah, I'm so bad at this game. Like, king difficulty feels like... It does feel hard. It's not an easy... They are not pulling the punches anymore. Okay, let's pull an offering here. These are pretty bad. Pull another offering. Wow. 3 rewinds, huh? I guess I'll rewind this. Tabulator, offering. There we go. There's the swords. Pop another executioner there. Level 2, level 3? Yes. 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 Now this is where we make it happen. More swords. Our executioners, they take the field. We will become stronger through sheer force of will. I guess I'll take scopes. If we can make it to the baby boom, maybe our executioners will make it far. Sure, the bombers will blow themselves up for critical damage too. Awesome. Migration? That's interesting. Yes, migrate these guys. But yeah, we're flailing here. I'm trying so hard to understand what the hell to do. Am I gonna put all my eggs in one basket? I could. I don't think I'm gonna, but I could. I think this will probably be the last Nine Kings stream for a minute, too. Because I am bad, and I have so many other games I want to play. I want to play... We are going to be returning to Expedition 33, for sure. That game is good, and I will find a way to get through it fast enough that people want to watch. I want to be making more progress. Next session, I think we're in the palace, which is exciting. Yeah. We're in the palace, or going into the palace, which is exciting, and we'll get to see what's going on with that, because there's some time shenanigans going on. And I've been having fun trying to understand what the hell is going on. 90 guys and 36. Okay. $11 damage, 11 damage. Okay. Yeah, Nustav. He seems like he has a lot of man pain. Gustav seemed like he had a lot of man pain too. But, I don't feel like it... With sharp blades, actually. I feel like you don't get a whole lot of... Can I get a rewind, actually? Guess I'll regress them? I feel like you don't get a whole lot of big game narratives that are similar to Expedition 33. Which I find fascinating, because they are... I am gonna overhaul these guys. I feel like you don't get a whole lot of games that have anything to really say nowadays either. And I feel like Expedition has a lot to say, but I'm not quite far enough in to decipher exactly all of what that is. The soundtrack for it is very good, though. I feel like... Yeah, give me Vampirism, please. I was telling my buddies at D&D the other day, or at playing the Cosmere system adjacent to D&D. I was saying I feel like we'll take an ogre, I guess. We need more guys on the field if we want to stand a chance. I was saying, if you're into JRPGs, play it. If not, listen to the soundtrack at least, because the soundtrack has some good stuff in there. I feel like I feel like I would put them in a similar camp as Supergiant with that. With making music that very much yeah, okay. Give me a farm. Making music that just is exactly what they want to make for the story. Exactly what the story demands. Music that coincides more. Like, obviously people make art want to make plenty of... They want to make meaningful art. And I know I do. Okay, yeah, I will take supplies, actually. Mothership will not level up again. Okay. Pop more executioners down. The lab rat is just gonna overhauled. Pop a converter. Reinforce, I guess. More defenders. More precision. Like, I look at the Final Fantasy VII remakes, and those guys got some auteurs in there as well. Like, isn't it the Kingdom Hearts guy that that is behind the story on this one? Which I think is great and fascinating and all sorts of interesting. I don't think I get I don't think I get Kingdom Hearts. I don't think I grew up in the time where it was... Oh, I'm going to lose. Wonderful. I didn't have a PlayStation, so I didn't end up playing much of it at all. But I don't know. It's not for me, I guess. I think that's going to be the end of the stream today, though. Who should we raid today? Bub is still going? Let's raid Bub today. Raid... Pine Bub. Thanks for stopping by, everybody. I appreciate you hanging out with me. But I hope that you guys have a great rest of your evening. Bye!